When we think of Louisville, we could find hundreds of good things to talk about. But just like every other major city, it has its downfalls, such as the food desert created in the west side of Louisville. After reading Bridging the Divide and going on 28th and Broadway to see for ourselves, we could conclude that the number of fast food restaurants are much greater than the number of places you could get good quality fresh food at a decent price.
I'm on the corner of 28th and Broadway, and as you can see, the number of restaurants outnumber the number of grocery stores. There's Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. There's also McDonald's. There's one Kroger's and Subway. I guess that's healthy. And there's also Burger King. And this is a good example of how restaurants outnumber grocery stores. I'm now on 12th and Broadway. From 28th to here, there is about 5 or 6 restaurants and no grocery stores. The nearest one will probably be on 2nd and Breckenridge. And right down the road is an Indies, which is basically 3 restaurants within a block from each other. And most of these people have better access of getting the restaurant food than having to drive all the way to 2nd Street or 28th just to get good produce. Do you have more salad sales or burger sales?
We have more burger sales. More burger sales.
Why do you think that customers choose burgers over salads?
Because I think we're known for selling burgers, salads. I mean, they're not, usually the older people get salads, but the burgers are usually, the main thing.
And do people choose more of the dollar menu or more of the expensive meals?
They get more of the dollar menu things because you get more food for your dollar.
Do you think the reason why they choose the dollar menu is because they're trying to save money too? Like,
yeah,
not having enough money. Why do you think they want to build a grocery store in the area?
Well, they won't build one because maybe stealing is a big one, or people just won't take care of it. They'll just trash it.
If there was a grocery store built, do you think that you all would lose sales, or would it stay the same?
I think it would stay the same because most people in this area like fast food more than going home and cooking it, or stuff like that. People don't have time to cook a full course meal. Instead, they come here and get some fast food.
We believe Travis is talking about something called shareholder theory, where fast food chain keeps building more and more restaurants to earn a larger profit, but they aren't thinking about the effect that it's having on the local community in the west side of Louisville. It's giving the locals a cheaper option for food, but at the same time it's hurting their health significantly.
The local public would rather buy fast foods than produce foods because it's cheaper. If you look at the income of the local residents in West Louisville, it's less than half of what you would find in a typical household in Jefferson County, according to city data. Transportation to grocery stores can be an issue. Most people don't have a car to get to the stores. There are so many restaurants in the area that they are able to just walk there instead of going to a store that has fresh produce foods that they could just take home and cook. It's easier and cheaper for them to just go to the restaurant. The problem can be solved by building more grocery stores around the area that will allow people to be able to have access of fresh produce foods.